Have you ever sat in a meeting with some of your nonprofit peers and you watched everybody around the table speak confidently or what appears to be speaking confidently, while inside you're going, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I belong here. Everybody else seems to have it figured out. And I sure as heck hope they don't realize that I don't have it figured out. It leaves us second guessing our every move. Those thoughts in our head as they swirl, they make us wonder if we're cut out for leadership. And you're not alone. Many of us have those thoughts, me included. We think there is some right way to lead. We think there's a way that we're supposed to act, supposed to show up, and it leaves us feeling, yes, that word that I didn't realize, imposter syndrome. Hi, I'm leadership development coach Kathy Archer, and I help nonprofit women leaders build their confidence and create that balance in the role without sacrificing their personal life or compromising their values. And I vividly remember sitting in a boardroom with my peers, and it felt like they were all very influential, knew what they were talking about. Many of them had suits on, both male and female. I felt what I can look back now and say was frumpy, dumpy, and grumpy. I felt out of place, out of my skin, and I didn't have the words. I didn't feel like I could put my thoughts in a way that sounded as comprehensive as the rest of the people in the room. And I felt like there was something wrong with me, that I had missed some of the training that obviously everybody else in the room had got. And I just kept feeling smaller and smaller. And again, I just worried that somebody would figure out that I wasn't in the right place. And at that time, I didn't have that word imposter syndrome for it. But now looking back, that's exactly what it was. I felt like I was in the wrong place, didn't have the skills, and somebody was going to figure it out. Now, perseverance is a strength of mine, so I did not give up. I used one of my other strengths, learner, to figure it out. I went to the library and I got books on how to lead and how to feel more confident and how to work the room and how to talk to my employees. And I plugged in audiobooks on the whole CDs when I was driving, and I took training. And I slowly started to realize that there was no one right way to lead. There were a lot of ways, but the key was that the most effective leaders were leading from their strengths. So I started to identify my strengths. I went through assessments like the VIA Strengths Finder and the Clifton Strengths Finder, and I started to ask questions, and I looked at the feedback I was getting, and I started to pull out through some self-reflective exercises what my key strengths were. Learning is one of them. Perseverance is another one. But what I also realized was one of my strengths was the ability to build relationships. And I thought that I had to shut that part of me off for many, many years. I'd always felt uncomfortable with small talk. I hated business lunches. And I felt like I wasn't allowed, or it wasn't looked upon favorably for me to talk about my personal life. Nobody wanted to hear about my 4 kids. Nobody wanted to hear about the camping trips I'd been on or the crochet project I was working on. And so I kept that part of me quiet. And I thought that I had to pay attention to the news and talk about political events and new upcoming research that was happening. And I didn't know how to do that in a way that felt authentic to me. But when I started to realize that one of my strengths was in these relationships, it was that I wasn't good at working the room because I'm not good at talking to everybody. I'm not a social butterfly, but I am good. One of my strengths is building deeper connections with people. And part of building deeper connections was connecting on a personal basis. So asking people about their family, sharing stories about what it's like to raise kids and work full time, talking about trips that we're taking. And yes, mine were camping trips and theirs were to some warm, sunny beach. But the fact was there was a thread of commonality between those. And when I began to share more about myself and learn about other people, those stronger relationships that we developed helped not only me be a better leader, but create the engagement with the people I wanted. And those people and the teams we created together created a powerful impact so that we could move forward. There's no one right way to lead. And I learned that instead of trying to mimic how other people were leading and try to find the right way, I learned that by finding my way, my unique strengths, and using those helped me feel more confident and lead more effectively. And if you want to do this too, there are 3 things that you need to do. First, you need to identify your strengths. Then you need to learn how they work, understand them, how they show up for you. And then you have to have the courage to use those strengths in your leadership role. And if you want some help with that, Oh, I'm so excited to tell you about the course I'm offering in November. Leading from Strengths is going to help you identify your strengths. Together, we'll go through the VIA character assessment. I will help you understand your results. I'll help you get clear on what those mean and what they mean to you, because everybody's learning strength is not the same. Everybody's value of family is not the same. Everybody's relationship strengths aren't the same. How does that show up for you? What does that mean for you? When you're using it at its best, how do you use it and how do you use it with your team? And then we'll take your strengths and apply them to some of the typical challenges that we face in the nonprofit leadership world, dealing with employees, having staff meetings, and having those conversations with your boss, because managing up is a difficult challenge for many of us. So you're going to learn a lot of practical ways you can apply your strengths in your leadership role. And you're going to walk away from the training. It's 4 Wednesdays in November. I'll make sure that the link is in the notes so you can check it out. 4 Wednesdays, you're going to walk away feeling clearer about who you are, more comfortable in your own skin, more confident to show up in that authentic way, and have the tools and strategies to use those strengths in a very practical way in your leadership. And then you can let go of that pressure of what's the right way to lead? Am I doing it right? Am I showing up properly? No, you can just go, am I showing up authentically? Because when you show up authentically, that's going to build the trust that you need, that you want, that you desire, that your people want. People want to see you as you. They want to see that you're honest, you're trustworthy, you're authentic. And when you show up that way, oh my goodness, things are going to change so much for you. I really, really, really want to support you in this journey. Again, the link is in the notes for the training, 4 Wednesdays in November, all on Zoom, and you're going to walk away feeling more confident to lead with your strengths. If you have any questions, I'm at Kathy D. Archer on all of the social media. Just find me and ask me a question, DM me. Instagram's my favorite place to be, Kathy D as in Diane, Kathy D. Archer. But ask me questions. Ask me if it's the right thing for you. Let me know what your hesitancies are or why you are a little bit unsure, or just that you're super excited to join. DM me, let me know. And if you can't join the training, that's okay. Go figure out your strengths. Learn what they mean to you and how to use them in leadership. And I guarantee you will feel much more confident and more comfortable in your own skin as a leader. If this has been helpful for you, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, share this out to the people that you think need to hear it, and make sure that you're doing the work to grow yourself. Go make the rest of your day awesome.